Hello, and welcome to episode 132 of Nintendo Therapy, a show about the latest Nintendo news and rumors, as well as a celebration of all things Nintendo. My name is Kevin, and joining me this week in Donkey Kong Country to smash the ground and look for treasure chests is Sean
We back.
and Harrison.
Welcome back, guys. Happy to be here. And yes, we're going to punch the ground.
So, we did take a little bit of a break, but we'll be back on our weekly schedule now. If anybody was wondering, we dropped some
I haven't
bonus
bumped the ground
episodes in
yet.
there. Yeah. So it's back to our regular schedule, but we're probably gonna be uploading on a new day now. It's probably gonna upload on Saturdays, because our schedule changed a little bit during the break and we're recording on a different night, so it's gonna be uploaded on a different night. So you'll probably get this in your feed Saturday morning instead of Friday morning from now on. Just a little FYI to all our regular listeners. And if you're new to the show, it's the same day it's always been. Okay then.
I mean,
So
I
how
think it works out because we don't have to be like, "Oh, the direct was last week and we recorded it already." So I think it helps. So
yeah, because they would often drop stuff on nights we recorded, especially we've always joked about the updates to Nintendo Switch Online. The new games would always come out on a Thursday when we recorded.
It's
oh,
usually
here's
not on the
7 games.
weekends. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually during the week is when
That's
there's a
true.
direct.
So during the time we had in between shows, I started into my old habits again. I am once again replaying through the Zelda series, but this time I'm not ignoring my new games. Like I used to just only play like Zelda and Final Fantasy and
Okay.
Mega Man and get stuck in that rut. But I'm playing through Zelda, and the reason I'm bringing it up is I've made it to A Link to the Past. I finished the two NES games and good God, is that a great game. I just wanted to mention because, like, sometimes a game like A Link to the Past, I wonder if in my mind I've built it up to be actually better than it is, like if it's just nostalgia.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
every time I start a new file, I'm like, "No, this lives up to the hype. This deserves the top spot on my Nintendo Switch Online spotlight list so far." It's just so good.
Yeah.
Um
And it's
So
been a
I thought it was
hundred,
kind of interesting. So,
um,
oh really?
132 episodes or so. And I'm still waiting for the first two Zeldas to get pulled at some point.
Yeah, they're in the list. They're just not popping up. That reminds me, I gotta pull the randomizer up in a tab here. I don't
That's
have it up.
true. They haven't come up.
Um, it's uh it's gonna be very interesting to talk about both. Especially since I
Yeah, I was gonna
recently
say,
just
Kevin,
played
you,
them.
you were bringing up that Zelda. Yep. So you were saying Zelda 2 should get a remake, which I think would be really interesting.
Honestly, I would rather see Zelda 2 get a remake than like Ocarina of Time or some of those other games that are already good, because I just finished my Adventure of Link playthrough and it's so close to being there. I just wish they'd give us a version of it that's there. It's like if they would
Yeah.
just improve the leveling system a little bit and lower, like fix that the the duels where you're like one-on-one sword fighting and it's just top or down, like, fix that because it's just
Yep.
luck of the draw. But, honestly, I think the basic game holds up, like, the puzzle-solving elements of, like, talking to townspeople to find the new magic spells and stuff, that all holds up. So, I don't know. I wish they would do a remake of that, and they've talked about it in the past. If you remember, they talked about how they tried to do a remake on the Super Nintendo and using the Star Fox technology, but that never came to be. But you can find like a wireframe version of Link they made way back then.
But that's kinda cool. I didn't know that. That would have been an interesting, like, redo, especially
Yeah,
then.
even Shigeru Miyamoto admits that the game didn't turn out the way he wanted. So uh Everyone's on board with the remake, I think.
Still waiting to talk about them. We've done about 150 games, and we've done a lot. We've done, I think, almost all the other Zeldas. I mean, besides like, they added GameCube now, but uh,
Yeah,
yeah, but
Wind Waker would yeah. I think we
yeah,
have done almost all of them now. It's kinda crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
Zelda and
So
Adventure of Link.
yeah,
I
exciting
was just
news.
gonna oh, go
So
ahead.
we yeah, go well, I was just so exciting news. I got my Switch 2, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Hold out hope, kids, if you have the email, it's coming. But more importantly, I got this. Uh, I was finally able to score the 4K disc of Super Mario Brothers. Um, I found it for $40, which was reasonable. So if you're looking to get it now, because apparently they only made like 3,000 of them. I rewatched it last weekend, and apparently I forgot significant portions of the movie. Like I didn't know there's a whole scene where Koopa just orders pizza, and that's the scene. Like it
Yeah,
has nothing
no,
to do
and it
with
was
anything
supposed to be
else.
funny. Like, that was,
It
like,
was
I think
funny
a
because
trailer moment, but
so to their credit, I was shocked how many solutions in the movie were solved with actual plumbing. Like, they actually really made it a point to drive home the plumbing thing. I think John Leguizamo's a better Luigi than the animated movie. Like, he's not afraid of everything. Like, the entire adventure is basically his fault because he's the one that goes diving in after Daisy, and then he's like competent, even though the whole Luigi Mario thing's kind of ridiculous. And just other than that, I don't know why the Goombas weren't just called Koopa Troopas because they're all lizards. None of them are kind of mushroomy. And I guess the only nod in the animated movie is that they go to Brooklyn in both of them. I, I, I don't know if that was intentional. Maybe, maybe not. But
well,
no, it's
Mario's
still a
from
fun, crazy.
Brooklyn.
No, I know, but that's the only thing I could think of is like maybe that was the nod to the '90s movie. I don't know. But no, if you're looking to get it, grab it because it's gonna disappear, and it's still just an insane movie. Like I'm so glad somebody stupidly greenlit that thing in '93 and was like, "Yeah, whatever, fungus, yeah, sure, bomb, great." Crazy, crazy movie.
Is it strange to the lore at all, especially compared to like other Nintendo games that Mario is from a real place? Like, I get like he gets like
Are you trying to say Hyrule is not a real place, man?
I got breaking news. So, according to the instruction booklet to the Super Nintendo version of SimCity, 1991, that is where it established that Mario lived in Brooklyn, New York.
So Sim
Random
City is
place
when
to
they
set it up.
finally
wait.
Yeah.
decided that they was like, "Oh, he's from Brooklyn." Okay,
So in the
sure.
original Mario movie, they never say he's from Brooklyn.
No, they make it a huge
They
point they're from
do.
Brooklyn, and there's a
Oh shit.
Th-
rival plumbing company that's got mob ties, and yeah, there's a lot going on in that movie when you're really paying attention, but I think they're in Brooklyn for about 45 seconds in the '90s movie. They show up, Koopa makes a guy into a monkey, and then they go right back to, I guess, the Mushroom Kingdom. That part's never clear to me if it's supposed to be the Mushroom Kingdom or
Yeah, it's just an
but
interesting
I don't know.
part to it. Like, there's no other Nintendo character that's from a real place.
Yeah,
There's plenty of Nintendo characters that are from places that are based on real places, and
right.
there's Mario settings that are based on real places. So the fact that he's from Brooklyn is just kinda weird, but the Mario movie in general is weird, so
Apparently, it also established him being from Brooklyn in Mario is Missing on the Super Nintendo, and supplementary materials like the Super Mario 64 guidebook. Um, so that's, where it officially came down from Nintendo. The official 1985
Well, I mean,
Mario Brothers arcade game, though, just established them as being from New York City.
Had,
I mean, Mario is missing another, amazing game to acknowledge they're from Brooklyn. I don't even think you go
Yeah,
to Brooklyn in that game.
I don't
well,
think
he's
so either.
he's missing from somewhere. Um, had Miyamoto gone to Brooklyn before he made Mario, or is this some kind of like again John Denver, West Virginia nonsense? You know,
Yeah,
It could be
where
that.
he had never
What's a
gone to
place
West Virginia before that.
or
Um,
like in Love Actually, where the
what
guy goes to Wisconsin and he thinks it's an amazing place.
right, right.
yeah.
The the
He's from
Tetris
Brooklyn.
the
Brooklyn to New
Tetris
York
guy
is
had never
what?
gone to Rhode Island. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Or whatever wherever else was in the Tetris game, but, um, speaking of, you said something about Mario that lost my transition, but yeah, let's talk about the internet's response to Mario and Peach officially from the Nintendo app being just friends and how the internet I'm not surprised by overreactions to this, but I'm a bit surprised and just a tad bit disturbed the fact that in the end of the day, this is a children's game. And what do you really want from these characters overall? Because,
I mean,
like,
it's the same thing they do with Link and Zelda. It's although
it's
those
the
are always different versions, but
it is the exact same, and I think it's even more to an extreme with Link
mhm,
and Zelda, and I think they highlighted that a lot with Breath of the Wild: Tears of the Kingdom. They did. They
yeah.
did.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I was thinking about, like, isn't there is isn't there a character which one is it? I can't think of which one, but there's a female character that likes Link in one of the games.
Oh,
Um,
Malin.
Malin. Yeah.
Oh, no, or
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Saria.
yeah, yeah.
Saria. They both do. Saria, though, is,
I
I
would say,
think, more
yeah, man.
specifically into him.
Yeah.
Both the Ocarina girls dig him, yeah.
Yeah. And I think about how, you know, they're more of like a team, but also, especially in Breath of the Wild, how I think about sometimes that Link is just not an appreciated person or character. But honestly, guys, I've also always thought that Link is some sort of androgynous character. Whatever you want to call it.
I could
Androgynous,
see that.
asexual, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He doesn't his deal is
Well,
that
they
there
want
is
him to
no
be a
deal.
player insert character that anyone can relate to, regardless of gender or, you know,
Eh,
identity.
he
Yeah,
m
but I could see it too. He's got more of the I'm especially in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, like, I'm the knight, like, I'm her protector, etcetera. Like, he really that's his whole thing.
Mhm.
So, a romantic thing kinda, like, not even in the view, really.
there's also a part of Breath of the
When reached
Wild
for comment, Leek said, "Huh?"
there's also parts of Breath of the Wild too where, like, I see Link looking up at the Zora being like, "Whoa." Like, there might be that
"Hey,
also.
lady."
There
Oh, actually, there's 3 in Ocarina who like him 'cause, the Zora princess
Naruto,
digs him
you're
too.
right. Yeah. Wow. He's
Everybody
just
in Ocarina but Zelda wants to get with Link in that
it's
game.
true.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
You
So
know what? You know what's funny? One of the if I remember correctly, one of the Gerudo women also hits on him when you're in the prison. Yeah, it really is. They're all just throwing themselves at him.
yeah, Gerudo also some really big,
Yeah.
some just, like, very large women. I mean, Gerudos are all women.
Amazonian, Wonder Woman, like, "Hey,
Yep.
Yeah.
death
S
by Snoo Snoo."
so, have there, um, like, any parts of the history, like, I I think Mario Odyssey, no spoilers to the end of that, but Paper Mario, has there ever been any sort of indication that Mario and Peach are actually something more than just a team?
I think
Because
Mario
I mean,
RPG, even though it was made by Squaresoft, would be one of the stronger games that hints towards it. But,
yeah.
what in the remake of the original Mario Brothers, there's in the Mario All-Stars version, there's that little circle at the end where he gets a
Mhm.
kiss at the end.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Or
but
are
yeah,
you reading too
it's
much
not a
into
lot.
that kid?
Not a whole lot other than that.
I
But they
I don't feel
definitely
like
seem to
there's no
have,
Nintendo
more of
characters
a
that really.
relationship in Mario RPG.
it's just
Yeah, I could see that. I Are there any Nintendo characters that really have a relationship like that though?
no, I think in Pokemon it's implied sometimes. Like Misty definitely likes Ash. Like Misty definitely has like romantic feelings for Ash.
But
But
that's in the anime, not the game.
in actual games,
Yeah.
yes, but I mean, but even like if we're talking Mario, like the Mario movies don't imply it, and there's certainly like romantic parts with Peach in the, like the new Mario movie. So it's just kind of
Well,
weird. Like the overreaction I expect, but the projection part is just very weird. It's a children's game at the end, and the last weird part is that like I saw certain articles or of course on Twitter, but like nothing is owed to Mario. Like Peach
No.
doesn't need to give Mario anything, which was the other implied part that I had seen. And
Yep.
that's
yep.
just it's just kind of guys, like just kind of
Well,
like
and we're in the gaming sphere, so in gaming, you're gonna have plenty of toxic masculinity and things like that. I've got some quick hits for Nintendo relationships. You've got Donkey Kong and Candy Kong, um, pretty established, right, Sean? No?
I
Alright,
yeah, I think she's really in what, the one game? I don't even know if she's in anything else.
okay. Well, the hinted at relationships, who again might just be friends, are there's always been kind of like a Yoshi and Birdo um implication thing that they don't really bring up a lot, but it's there. Um, and then you've my favorite one is in Mario Party 6, Toad and Toadette are referred to specifically as shroom mates, like
Okay.
roommates.
I mean, I know that there's the fact Wario just loves Wario, so I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of a
I've seen
relationship, but I mean,
I've seen fans ship Waluigi and Rosalina for some reason.
that's an interesting combo. Because yeah, and, Harrison, back to your point with the movies, Peach is not in the '90s movie, that's Daisy, and it's Daisy
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Luigi.
mhm, mhm.
And she has a
So,
gun at the end,
which I
a
guess
flamethrower.
she
Oh,
does, and then there's a comic book sequel if you wanna look it up. Yeah, Daisy and Luigi, I guess maybe that's
Yeah.
a ship
Put
oh,
Daisy in more games. I'm still on that.
and I also need to touch on
that
this.
aren't.
Um,
Oh, yeah?
and
What
and
do you
it, and
got?
it's in the Nintendo game, so don't get mad at me about this. But of course, we talked all about Zelda. I have to talk about in Breath of the Wild. There's a whole side quest where you have to stay the night with Paya to make sure that she's safe and that she's okay. So, and there's a whole speed running category to see how fast people can achieve this. So, it's
That
called it's
doesn't surprise me.
it's called the get laid percentage. So
Okay. That well, Zelda 2 has the lady where you go to get the health back, so alright, I guess that's not the first time that series has done that.
yeah. No, like
Star Fox and Crystal. Another one that it's kind
Who
of
the hell is
established.
Crystal?
She was
I've never
introduced
even heard.
in introduced in Star Fox Adventures because that game didn't start
Okay,
off as a Star Fox game. So she was kind of the
okay,
original
that's
character
why.
model almost, and or one of them. And now she's a firm part of Star Fox lore. She's been in like every game after it.
I mean, Samus is just kind of doing her own thing. She don't need anybody.
Yeah.
Don't need no
Weird,
man
weird road
or
we're going
whatever.
down.
Well, she has what's the code? What's the code guy's name in Metroid? Oh, we're a Nintendo podcast. We should know this. I know it. It's a guy's name, and nobody knows why it's there. Justin Bailey. That's what it is. Just he's not listed in the credits of the game, but Justin Bailey
Okay.
is the code to for the first Metroid game.
Fire Emblem. Maybe there's some romances there. I'm
Fire
not
Emblem or
really too
Xenoblade, I was thinking,
involved in
yeah,
that game.
yeah.
Yeah, Xenoblade. There's a little that I can
Xenoblade's a
attest
big
to.
group. Somebody in that group is don't
Nobody in Animal
What
Crossing.
a
They're too busy fighting.
what a
Animal
weird
Crossing,
road we've
no.
gone down.
No, and Tom
Yeah,
Nook, it's never addressed like who the mother is, um, or if
I
there's a mother.
thought I wasn't it said in and this is just a random piece of lore I picked up on the internets, but I think it was said in City Folk. There's like a rumor that Tom Nook adopted um
Oh, is that right?
the two little.
You might be
Yeah.
right.
He he found them like going through the trash and gave them the skills to run their own business.
You might be right. You
So,
see, if we were a more popular podcast, we'd be getting called out all the time.
yeah.
we would.
Like,
Uh,
We get
Animal
the facts,
Crossing,
they're
your
just not at the
favorite
tip of our
game,
fingers
bro.
because we're just coming back from weeks off. The facts just aren't at the tip of
I
our
just,
fingers right now, but we
yeah.
have them. 'Em, we're getting them in there.
Well, and to be fair, City Folk by far is the one that I play the least
Okay.
by a lot. But that makes sense. They're
They were going through the
Tanukis
trash.
and Tom Nook was never married.
so then
That
Married he's married to the job.
yeah, yeah, he's married
he's married to the money.
he's married to the money. Exactly,
This is
exactly.
my wife, Mrs. Bells.
Tom Nook is the Nintendo crust Mr. Krabs.
Yes, it's
I had one more small segment we might get to, but first, let's talk about the partner direct that was on Wednesday, Thursday.
I only got 3 things to say.
Okay.
1, it was surprising that they put the Zelda Hyrule Warriors game in there because technically, yeah, they're working with a partner, but it's first party. So I was surprised that was in there. 2, Octopath Traveler 0 looks interesting. I can't wait to get to it in 4 years because of my backlog. And 3, I'm kinda interested in that game that Square Enix had there where they said you could, like, play test the demo. I
oh,
haven't
yeah,
done it
yeah, yeah,
yet, but I
yeah, that
will.
looked kinda cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
and I
that
guess
looked interesting.
my 4th thought
Yeah,
is I was surprised Yooka-Laylee HD wasn't in there since they still say that game's coming out this year. But those are all my thoughts.
yeah, yeah, I mean, the Square Enix demo one I wanna check out, and then the one with the mouse with the frog backpack kinda intrigued me, but that was really about it.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Uh, I really like their their new theme that they have now. It's very like poppy and it's like very like
Mhm.
upbeat. And then yeah, Hyrule Warriors, winter 2025 makes me worried. It makes me
It's
wor-
yeah.
it
How
makes
does it not have a release date yet,
if
guys?
if I cared about it, it would make me worry. But
But this goes
I
along to something I've been saying in this podcast for I think since the start of this year. It's really a change in Nintendo where they really don't tell us anything until the last minute anymore. They literally like give us release dates for games like 2 months before they come out now. And I'm not a big
Yeah.
fan of that.
Yeah, I
Oh, it's still a thing. It's out. Nope. Hold on. Now.
yeah,
Like
and
we don't even have October releases outside of Pokemon right now, but they're gonna have some stuff.
and I think they should be focusing on this. I think I would feel different if it was a different game, but to me, it was like it's winter 2025 because this game is not done.
Mhm.
And they had plenty of issues with the previous Hyrule Warriors game, and hopefully, it just means that they're gonna make sure it works how it should on the Switch too. So if it gets delayed, then whatever. I think I would feel different if it was like any other game that didn't require like such a hefty performance and just, in my opinion, ran horribly on the Switch one, the last one. Um, we started
Too
with
much on the screen.
they started the direct with Monster Hunter Stories 3, which was a huge announcement. I like that made me think like, oh, this might be like a real big presentation, but that's announced for 2026. Looks great.
Yep.
And the fact that this is what Pokemon should look like, or Pokemon should look better than this, just hurts sometimes. Like, I get
I
jealous
was
of
I
Monster
guess I
Hunter
wasn't
fans.
100% surprised, but I did think after they announced that, they'd be like, "Hey," like, just a quick blip of, 2026, Monster Hunter Wilds Switch 2. I guess not. So
And I wanna talk about more, but yeah, I mean, after that, it's like we had, yes, Octopath Traveler 0, Adventures of Elliot, which is the new IP, Final Fantasy
Mhm.
Tactics,
Oh, I'm interested in that one.
which everyone says is like one of the best Final Fantasy games, and apparently has voice acting now, so that's cool. Um,
Here's the thing about Tactics that makes me not consider it one of the best ones. It has some massive flaws that people are overlooking just because they like the game. One of them being, at least in the original, I'm sure they've fixed it since then. But in the original version, you could save yourself into a corner and have to start the whole game over because there were difficulty spikes in some of the battles. And you couldn't exit a battle back to the map to go like level up your team. That you once you were in it, you were in it. And if you hit one with a huge difficulty spike, you were just stuck if you entered that under leveled. So that's
I
unforgivable to
would
me. I'm
think
sure they've fixed it in the new one.
I would think that's the first thing you fix if you're gonna
Yeah.
remake it. Good God.
yeah. So that is September 30th. Yeah, Adventure of Elliot is 2026. Persona 3 Reload, October 23rd. Yakuza Kiwami 2, November 13th. So everything I put on my list so far, RPG. So it's like,
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
has there ever
very
been
RPG heavy.
has there ever been more of a time to be like a fan of RPGs, especially like considering that these games take time? Uh
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Kiwami 2, so I was half right on this prediction. I said Like a Dragon would be next. Kiwami 2, um, and this part made me mad. Kiwami 1 is not getting a free upgrade. And I paid $30 for it
Oh,
for
yeah.
I paid $30 for it on Switch 1. I can't imagine paying any more to upgrade it. So I'm not gonna be playing it on Switch 2. I'm just gonna play on Switch 1. Uh, like, it was already expensive for a game that old, and then I can't imagine paying more to try and upgrade it. It kinda makes me kinda like, like, why? It's already an old game, but anyways, we're about to get every Yakuza game on Switch 2, so Whatever, I'll focus on that. Did anyone play Pac-Man World 2 on GameCube?
I
No,
didn't
I've played a few
remember
of
it was
the
a thing.
I think I might have, borrowed it from somebody. I never owned it, but I played it because I was always fascinated by those weird Pac-Man games like Pac-Man Adventure, or Pac-Man 2 on the Super Nintendo where it was like a point and click game. Like, they've got some weird Pac-Man games out there, and I'm I'm kinda into it. Like, doesn't always have to be
I've
waka, waka,
heard
waka,
it
waka.
I've heard it's good, and I know Shadow Labyrinth, which came out recently, is supposed to be kind of a cool, like, new take on it, so
Mhm.
it could be something.
They had, I watched after I saw that, I literally watched a history of Pac-Man video on YouTube, and they had a Pac-Man adventure game in the arcade, like, in, like, 1986 that I'd never seen before. It was like a Mario Brothers side-scrolling style Pac-Man game in
I
the
got
arcades, which is really weird.
I
I
kinda
think
dig
I
it.
played that.
I kinda wonder or think, like, why they don't do more with it,
Yeah, it's a big
with the
brand.
IP, and if, like, at all, Pac-Man World 2 repack would be like a are people interested in, like, something beyond, like, a 2D, Pac-Man game? It's interesting.
Actually,
It's interesting.
it could be, and that announcement was probably where I got irritated during the direct because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, Bandai Namco, they're gonna give an Elden Ring date or not." And it's like,
Exactly.
I don't know, I feel like this system already Nintendo's just like, Just say a bunch of game names." Well, what are they just keep saying game names. Worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's
Star
the part.
Fox. Do you have a release date? I don't know. Well, we'll make another one at some point.
Yeah, not
Kid
hearing no
Icarus,
Elden Ring
something,
news was surprising. So,
yeah. So, I
yeah.
was kinda bummed by that, but
Uh, and there was a decent amount. I mean, I had forgotten until yesterday going through it again. Like, there was a decent amount of games in this 25-26 minute direct, but that's pretty much it. Chilling by the Fire released social chilling by the fire game.
I go I looked that up. I think that game's $15 if you wanna give it a go. I was like, "I could just do this in reality, but okay,
Yeah.
sure.
No, no,
Kudos for coming up with a weird idea."
I think we'll see games like that more on Switch. Like, it was this year or last year. It was probably this year where on Steam there's this, I forget what it is. It's just fishing though. It's just um a game where you go online and you just fish with friends. And it looks really, really cool and really, really chill. So I have no problem with, yeah.
Well, I mean, as anyone who's listened to the show at this point, the hell with chill for me. So, you gotta release a game that's just like, run away from goblins that are on fire while the world falls apart with your friends online. Like,
What else?
You're
New Katamari, they had, EA is gonna
oh,
be,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, EA games gonna be featured in every direct now. I'm pretty sure that's in their contract. I'm pretty su I wonder if there's a contract to put Let's Dance games in every direct. And here's the other thing, I wonder if they put Let's Dance games in their direct to mess with people who live stream it. Because every time they put a Let's Dance game into a direct, all of it gets, striked. Like, they can't get any kind of money off that after you play 2 seconds of any of that music. So,
Oh, yeah.
um, I just wonder.
I
And,
gotcha, I gotcha. Well, I
uh
mean, Ubisoft needs money, right?
somewhere
So,
somewhere somebody has every single Just Dance game, every single one,
yeah,
plenty of
all
people
absolutely,
do.
50
and
of
they
them.
rotate which one
A lot
they're
of people
doing.
do.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
Yeah,
Playing
I
Just
mean,
Dance 15 today.
I'm sure plenty of people do. And last one, we got a new Star Wars Outlaws trailer. That game didn't do so well, but it's
Mm,
it's coming to Switch.
You know what was
it's
also
limping
absent
along.
was, that Mortal Kombat Legacy collection they've recently announced. That
Yeah.
that would have been nice to see in there.
I feel like Sony probably threw some money for that. No, you want that on PlayStation. It's coming to everything but PlayStation. Yeah,
But that's
PlayStation,
gonna be on
where
Switch,
Mortal
isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
it's I think it's on everything, but I feel like
Okay.
Sony threw some money at that to be like, "No, hey, look over here."
Alright. I think I'm gonna get that one. It'll depend on the price, and I'm definitely gonna get it on sale, but I think I'm gonna get that one.
But Mortal Kombat?
It could be fun.
Yeah, the Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat Legacy
Oh,
collection. 'Cause what
the
I
the
loved
old
about it
games.
is that it has the Game Boy games on it too. Like, I love playing garbage games like that and, like, looking at how
Are
like,
you
imagining, like, what if I had this back in the because I did not have the Game Boy Mortal Kombats back in the day. Just, like, trying to imagine
somebody
how angry I would have been.
I definitely played that when I was a kid. Somebody on my bus had it, and I
Yeah.
can't imagine you were able to do much of anything other than punch
Just
and kick. So what were the
yeah.
combinations? Like, you gotta move the directional pad 45 ways and then hit a button? So
Who knows?
So that was wait, that was July. I'm getting my days mixed up. But anyways, it was the end of July, and I think big picture for me is that we didn't need to get a direct in July, so something was better than nothing.
well,
It
yeah,
as
because I
expected.
looked at it as they did a Donkey Kong Direct, a Pokemon Presents, and a partner direct. That's 3 different things for 1 month. That's a lot. They didn't have to do that.
They didn't have to do it, but at the same time, um, like it's crazy the kind of momentum, and it's like momentum feels like it only goes for so long now. Like they had a momentum at launch, and then they had momentum with Bonanza. Yeah, it's still ongoing. But I think already we're looking at the end of 2025 and we're like, come on. Like I think there's gonna have to be an announcement either in August or September now. So we're right back to it. We're right back to speculating when the next direct is going to be. So hey, welcome back to Nintendo Therapy. Like, subscribe.
So, 2 things I saw this week that I think we should bring up if we're done with the direct. One is that the Nintendo Switch is now less than 1,000,000 units away from being the number 2 best-selling system of all time. It's about to overtake the DS. So it's definitely gonna get
Pretty
that.
sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna happen. And it's pretty close to overtaking the PlayStation 2's original number before they brought out that "I have no evidence for this 160,000,000" number. Um, 'Cause wasn't it at a
Look
hundred
at all
and
these
it was at like a
PlayStation 2s.
yeah, they just
Just
found
all
some.
over the globe, they're hidden.
Um, so that was a pretty cool news item. And, this kinda goes with Harrison. I know on the last few podcasts, and I think you're putting something bigger together about misinformation. You've brought this up. Um, did anybody see the fake Animal Crossing trailer, that came out this week?
Yeah, this
No,
this goes
but,
along this goes
I
along with the segment I was gonna skip this week. So go ahead. Yep.
Oh, is that part of that? I
No,
didn't
no, no,
know.
no, 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 no,
I j
no, no, you're not spoiling anything.
okay,
I
because
was
my
I was
wife
I
sent it
wasn't
to me.
sure
She thought it was
how
real,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like,
so
this is
so
what the future is gonna be now."
paint me
What's
a
up?
picture of this fake Animal Crossing
It was
trailer
made
for a game I wouldn't play anyway.
It was made with AI, so it looked convincing enough to people who don't follow things as hardcore as we do. And it just was a fake trailer for an Animal Crossing game where they had like a little animal character, which should be the biggest red flag right there because you're not an animal character in Animal Crossing. But he was like driving a little car around an Animal Crossing town. Like, it looked like he was driving around New Horizon, and then it had, like, some fake title at the end.
Yeah.
And people bought it, and that's the future we're gonna have to live in now is just fake information everywhere. I mean, we've kinda been there for a while, but now the fake information's getting more believable, I guess, is the problem.
And
Yep.
if you're an Animal Crossing fan, you should be a little bit worried. You should be a little bit worried until you get some news about another game coming out. Just it's hard to say where we go from here. We knew with the Switch we were getting a new Animal Crossing game. We didn't know what it was going to be. We had no idea it was going to be that popular. But with the way they handled New Horizons, with the way they handled it of like, we have this huge game, but we're not gonna do anything with it besides like one DLC, one update. Feel a little bit worried about
Mhm.
the future of that franchise. But at the same time, they might release this sandbox greatest game ever. That's also a possibility. So, just think positive about it. But yeah, I did a whole segment on misinfo this week because um there was a YouTube video that came out that really made me mad yesterday. And it directly addresses misinfo. So I didn't wanna talk about it in direction to this one content creator, but anyways, if you ever search Nintendo Therapy on YouTube, you're gonna find, beat 'em ups. You're gonna find Woodhawker because he does a lot of talks about, therapy and mental health and all of that, so and he's also, like, one of the biggest Nintendo creators out there. I've been a fan of
Mhm.
him since the Switch 1 launched, and I've seen the last few years, um, his content change a little bit, and unfortunately, it's a lot of things where it's like he does a lot of clickbait titles, and sometimes the clickbait titles, um make it feel like it's disingenuous. Like, he had one time where it was like, "Something's wrong,"
Yeah.
or "I'm being followed," or it was something like that where I clicked on it and I was thinking like, "He's in trouble." It's not parasocial for me to be just generally concerned for people. It's not a parasocial thing. So, anyways, I watched his live stream of the partner direct, and he said, "Today I have this big video coming out. It's one of my biggest videos ever." What he did is that on his podcast, he he said that there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct soon. He said he can't tell you how he knows that. He said there's gonna be Animal Crossing in this Direct, which I think led to this whole AI whatever. Maybe not, who knows? Um, and
I
then
mean,
and then
yeah,
it
go on. I was
kinda
just looking his channel up.
yeah, it kinda took off from there. I didn't talk about it on here, but here's the thing. If I were to talk about that rumor, what I would have done is I would have said, known content creator said this. There's no source to it. Here's some statistics of why it could be correct. Like, oh, it's in July, and here's other directs that fall in the same time. I would give context of why that could be true. But what he did is he just put fake information out there and then made a video, and in the video, he says, "I'm not sure if I should be making this video. I'm not sure if I should be doing this," but he did it. He did it, he benefited from it, he made money from it, and I just wanna tell if any content creator could listen to me, you don't have to put things out ever. You can make a whole video and decide this is bad for the community. So I
Mm.
think most importantly, I just want to say, like, anyone who puts anything online has a responsibility. The more and more people that follow you, you just naturally have a bigger and bigger responsibility. So instead of making a whole video on misinformation
The
that
modern
currently
Spider-Man with more followers. With great followers come great responsibility.
No, Uncle Ben, don't downvote that.
instead of making a whole video on current misinformation, he decided to put out more information and then point to it. But we already knows that. How many parody Twitter accounts are there that the whole purpose of that account is to put out fake, funny information that people
Mm.
that people run with, and then we point to it and say, "Ha, you got tricked. You got tricked by that. You need to check your information more." So,
People still
anyways,
believe Onion articles.
True.
that's pretty much it. Like, the misinformation
So
has been out of control, and it only gets worse, and Wood, why did you do it, man? Why did you make this video? It just made me so mad. Rant
I
over.
I I I guess to kinda show my lack of knowledge of the YouTube, I've heard of his channel, I've never watched it because my big thing with anybody's YouTube channels is if your thumbnail picture annoys me, I'm not watching your video. So, he's got a lot of those where I'm like, "Oh, you're posing," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good, I don't care." So, I guess it's good I'm not finding a lot of misinformation because your thumbnail sucks.
He does he puts out genuine good, like, he put out a video just a few days ago on the Mario Party DLC. It was great.
Mhm.
It's like when he's talking about games, he's great. So that's the part that really bothers me because I'm like, dude, you don't need all the clickbait garbage. We're gonna watch you because you like games and we like games. That's the part that really bothers me too. So yeah, guys.
That's why I like that you're here, Harrison. You educate me on all this stuff that I have no idea about. So
well, and that's also a bigger picture for us, like always, and then moving forward is that like if we ever speculate things on here, I do want to have an audience that is going to think critically with us. Like, hey, we're gonna talk about it.
Careful to point out if something was a rumor and where we got the our sources, so
Yeah, like we're gonna talk about it because it's fun, but we're never gonna say something is gonna happen unless we're 100% about it. So, everyone check your sources, think critically about things, think, why people are putting information out there because as far as Nintendo YouTubers go, they're going for clicks, they're going for hype, and that news cycle just doesn't keep up with the daily videos that people put out. So they need something to talk about. Um, but
well, I can guarantee you what we've got going on is a spotlight game.
true.
rant over.
So
More Donkey
we got
Kong
2
for
of them.
us today.
Yeah, we've got just
Oh,
in
we did do
time to be
both?
late. Oh, we're all just gonna talk. Just in
No,
time to
no,
be
no.
late for Donkey Kong Bonanza is a double
Yeah.
feature of Donkey Kong games. We've got the 1994, well, I'll just say we'll do them in order. So June 1994 in Japan and July 1994 in North America, we got Donkey Kong on Game Boy, commonly referred to as Donkey Kong 94, because that's the year it came out, and just calling it Donkey Kong is confusing. Which brings me to my first point. I feel like I missed out on a key piece of Mario history here by not playing this game back in the day, and I had plenty of opportunity. This thing was advertised in Nintendo Power like crazy and got great reviews, but I always assumed it was a Game Boy version of Donkey Kong, the arcade game, and it probably
Yeah.
didn't help that the screenshots probably always showed those early levels where it is Donkey Kong, the arcade game. So
Even, the box art doesn't really distinguish that it's a new thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It definitely looks like box art for Donkey Kong, the arcade game. So, like, right down to the old Donkey Kong design and everything. So, yeah, they should have done more effort, differentiating this because I had a blast with this game the last couple of weeks
Oh,
we've
yeah.
been in between shows. I made it pretty dang far. I mean, there's 100 levels, so not that far, but, um, far for a
Did you
spotlight
get out
game.
of the woods? Because I get stuck in the woods.
No, I think that's exactly where I am. I thought
Okay.
the first level being, what is it called? I think it's just called
It's
Big City? Big City, yeah.
yeah, but
I
it
always
might
wondered
as
if that
well have
was
just been New Donk.
do you think it was the inspiration for New Donk, or I don't
It
know, I
it
don't
it must be because I just finished up my 2nd playthrough of Odyssey. I tapped out at 996 moons, so whatever, I did good enough. But, yeah, I think it definitely is, probably a nod to that, but yeah, big city. I like it go on. I
couldn't
like
do the
the way they
jump rope,
structured
could
this.
you?
Nope, I no. But, no, I enjoyed this game, and I like how it's structured. I like that they did worlds, and it's get kind
Mhm.
of I guess this was the proto Mario versus Donkey Kong, because which is funny because I didn't enjoy the demo for that, but I really liked this. So I don't know.
Harrison, what were your
Uh,
thoughts on Donkey Kong '94?
yeah, it's a massive game. So, I wanted to bring up that I couldn't find any initial reviews online, but I did find Nintendo Life did a 2011 review. I guess it was one of the it must have been one of the first virtual console games on 3DS because it was
Oh, maybe.
2011. 3DS came out, I think March 2011. So it was just a few months afterwards. Uh, but it, but when it was released on Virtual Console, it was $4 American, and that's just I bring it up to say, um, I think we should have both. Like I've said it before, I think we should
Yeah.
have Switch Online, but also the option of owning games on Virtual
Yep.
Console because $4 for this game, pretty good.
I'd
Pre-
pay that.
yeah,
I
like
would absolutely I mean, I'd have all the Donkey Kong games if I could buy them. So, yeah. No, totally agree.
like pretty nice amount of content for a $4 game. So for me personally, it's not like one of my favorite games, but I respect it a lot, and I think no matter what, I think this has been a great, price point game no matter what. If you played it on Game Boy or you played it on Virtual Console or, hey, you play it now. Oh,
Electronic Gaming Monthly's Game of the Month in August of '94.
that's our next one. So,
Oh,
EGM,
okay.
um, it was their Game Boy Game of the Year, and
Okay.
Oh,
if
wow.
you ever get a chance, I put the link in our notes, and it's on, archive for anyone listening. Check out their end of the year buyer's guide. They do over 900 games in this, like, 150-page issue. EGM used to be incredible. I spent so much time just reading through this issue. Um,
Hmm.
it was their game of the year for Game Boy, but also, for more context, when I looked into it, every writer ranked Game Boy low for this year. So I'm not sure, like, I guess it was a light year for Game Boy. Maybe prior to the Game Boy Color, there wasn't as many releases that year. Because they all rank Donkey Kong 94 highly, but then they rank so
Y
I guess 94 is also one of, I think, the most interesting years in gaming. Um because
Mhm.
because they review like 9 different consoles in EGM that year. It's just like battle of the consoles, and I think it's pretty clear like which ones aren't gonna work out, like the Jaguar and like the Pioneer, whatever.
Yes, the check.
Um, so
if
it
the Atari Jaguar was actually good, that thing would have, like done so like, if the product was good, it would and the price was good, it would've, I think, been a legit competitor. Because 'cause I'm just I guess what I'm saying is the marketing for that was good. The actual product
Yeah.
itself was not, but the marketing was so good. I wanted an Atari Jaguar so bad just from the magazine ads, but it was too
You ever
expensive.
feel like your controller doesn't have nearly enough buttons? I got a system for you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Uh,
looking at games from 1994 Game Boy, by the way, to see if anything else interesting. There's a Bomberman game. Nothing's really jumping out at me though.
yeah, it might have
I'm
been
sure they had something else
like
good, but
prior to the Game Boy Color, there was a ton of games that released that year, so it kind of
over a
feels like
thousand. It just showed it to me.
it
So
just kind of feels
maybe I
like
should
it's kind of
search best Game Boy games of '94.
all over the place.
Um, oh, Link's Awakening came out in '94.
Yeah,
And they gave Donkey Kong Game Boy Game it wow. I mean, that's fine with
is
me
that
for
right?
being a Donkey Kong. That's
I don't know. This
crazy.
is this is the Google AI answer.
Is
Um,
is that
Uh,
is that right?
so
let me
94?
see if
probably nonsense.
no,
I feel like
Links
93.
to I don't okay.
93, okay, that makes
It
more
was
sense.
93. The AI answer is wrong.
Yeah, because that would have to be it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Uh,
accidentally deleted my notes for the other game. I'll My ranking for Donkey Kong 94 is 45, even though I apparently got as far as you, but, like, I really liked it, and I'm like, "Man, if I had a Game Boy, I woulda totally beaten this game back in the day." So
I
I
put it
enjoyed it.
higher. I put it at 39. It's right above Super
Oh,
Ghouls
wow.
and Ghosts and right below Yoshi's Story for me. I
Maybe
really like this game.
maybe
well
we're slowly converting you to the DK.
Maybe,
So
maybe.
well, you guys are skipping ahead on me, so I'm still gonna bring up that this has a Super Mario Brothers 2 connection, because I'm not
Okay,
gonna
let's hear it.
what?
like because can't you like you can pick things up and throw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah, okay.
so there's your Mario Brothers 2 connections there. So that automatically put my ranking up a little bit higher there. It's 54 for me, which is my second highest DK game. Yeah, I also wanted to add too, this is a very interesting and fun speedrunning category game. And there's only been one person in history to do a sub 1 hour speed run for this game. And the person who did it owns first place for all four categories for this game. Um, he all no, wait, all six categories, and he also has all four categories first for Kirby's Dream Land, which is the other notable one as well. For me, currently, uh my top Donkey Kong game is Donkey Kong Country 3 at 43, and then this one is
Yep,
54. NES Donkey Kong is 68. Donkey Kong Jr. is 111. Donkey Kong 3 for NES is 123. DK Junior Math is all the way down at 135. No idea where
that's the
it all
secret.
began.
DK Math is the secret DLC coming to Bonanza.
This is my top Donkey Kong game so far.
Okay. Nah,
Um,
Donkey Kong Country 3 is still my top DK game, I think, right now. But anyway, there's another DK game.
There
yeah,
is.
moving on to one that I was a little less impressed with, spoiler for the rankings. Donkey Kong Land came out the next year, 1995, June of 95 in North America, July of 95 in Japan. Sean, as the guy here who knows the Donkey Kong Country games, uh, at least better than me. I don't know about Harrison's knowledge of them. Um, how did this compare to a Donkey Kong Country game? Because that was obviously their goal here was we're gonna put Donkey Kong Country in your pocket.
It was a very uh, adamant, impressive attempt to translate that to Game Boy.
Mhm.
Uh, I didn't enjoy this game for the most part. It had this weird I wanna say it's a glitch, it might not be a glitch, but when you jump on enemies, it would, like, launch you forward really fast, and I know in Donkey Kong Country, like, you could launch yourself if you hit the button at the right time, but this just seemed to be you jumped on an enemy, you're going flying forward, so I felt like I was fighting this game a lot, which was kinda disappointing because it's Donkey Kong. But on the positive end of it, I think they did a really good job translating or bringing the soundtrack to a Game Boy, because I felt like that was kinda on par, but I was kinda a little disappointed, so, I mean, I can give my ranking now. I put this at 102. Like, I did not
Gee.
not have a fun time with this one. This is one of the weaker Donkey Kong games for me, so
Well, I definitely liked it less than 94, but I didn't not by that much. Harrison, what were your thoughts?
My thoughts were it wasn't in the notes, and I didn't know we were playing it.
Oh, sorry.
So,
fair
just
enough.
this a little insider on our communications this week. Yeah, I saw DK94 in the notes, and I was like, "Cool, that's the one game we're playing."
Well,
So
you didn't
Yeah,
miss
my
out,
bad.
so
now
I
I,
wouldn't worry about it.
I'm sure I won't talk about it, but I'm sure I'll put it in my rankings at some point. So keep going.
Well, yeah, my ranking for this game is coincidentally, I didn't check this before it happened. I am ranking this at 94. So there's Donkey Kong
Oh, look
94,
at
and then there's
you.
Donkey Kong 94. You know what
Not
I'm
not to be
saying?
confused with 94. Yes.
One of
Yeah.
these is not like the other.
Um, it just
I was hoping
like Sean said, it's an adamant attempt. I remember they were doing a lot of this at the time, especially when the Game Boy Color
yeah,
started to come out a few years later. Like they had that Resident
yep,
Evil game. But
yes, they did.
it just it was an adamant attempt. That's the best way to put it. It's playable. You're just not gonna get everything out of this that you would get out of Donkey Kong Country. It's just like a 1995 portable version of Donkey Kong Country. It's everything good and bad you'd imagine about that.
It I'm hoping as the series goes, they get better
Mhm.
'cause, I'm not really like, "Oh, Donkey Kong Land 2 might" I don't know, you jump on an enemy and you explode. I have no idea.
All right, let's find out what we're playing next time. Okay, another double feature. This is the sequel double feature, part twos. We're doing the Super Nintendo Earthworm Jim 2. Finally get that out of there. And Toe Jam and Earl 2 Panic on Funkatron.
Get that out the
So
way too.
which alien
That's an
yeah.
interesting combo. That'll be fun.
Well,
It's gonna be
I
so
played
confusing
very
for me.
little of Funkatron, so
it's yeah, it's aliens that we've already covered their previous games combo.
It
alright,
yeah,
yeah.
it's 2 games we've played that I always get confused, so this is gonna be a really confusing week for me because I constantly mix these 2 games up. Which game
I
has
love
bad
that Toe,
politics?
Jim, and
Which
Earl.
one is that?
Earthworm Jim is the one. I'm not afraid to say this on our podcast. We don't get political often, but Earthworm Jim's creator has lost his mind. He
Yeah,
is
yeah,
one of the worst people.
yeah,
Um,
he's boring though. Yeah, the big point though is that he's just a boring person, so, like, why even
yeah,
follow him? Don't look it up.
yeah, yeah. But Toe Jam and Earl, I love.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this sequel is really weird, and most people hate it. I have a soft spot for it because I love Toe Jim and Earl, but I'll be really interested to hear what you guys think of it. I'll probably
I
rank it
haven't
the
played much of
highest
it,
of all of
so
us.
I'm curious what it's like to do 2D platforming with Toe Jam and Earl. So yeah, it'll be a good combo.
You got to look in the bushes.
Oh,
That's a gameplay mechanic. You gotta, like, look in the bushes for, like, presents and stuff. Okay. So that's our show for this week. Join us next week to hear Alien on Alien review. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a preference between Toe Jim and Earl 2 or Earthworm Jim 2, let us know in the comments section down below. As always, if we got anything wrong, let us know. We're Nintendo fans, not Nintendo experts. So I'm sure there's plenty we got wrong. And other than that, we'll be back next week on our new day, and we'll be a little less chaotic because we did it, guys. We got that first episode out of vacation in the can, and now we'll be like a Swiss watch every week. See you next week.